If you're hunting for a sleek, high-tech mechanical keyboard, you've probably stumbled on the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini Wireless, a keyboard that promises insane customization, ultra-fast response times, and a compact 60% layout for ultimate portability. But here's what surprised me. Despite all the hype about it being the world's first Hall-effect magnetic switch gaming keyboard with OmniPoint 2.0 adjustable hypermagnetic switches, it isn't the flawless dream machine you might expect. In fact, there are some hidden issues that could ruin your gaming sessions or work productivity if you don't know what you're signing up for. Why? Because the Apex Pro Mini Wireless might sound like the perfect compact beast, yet it's battling latency myths, questionable battery life, and a weird learning curve that no one's talking about. Keep watching because I'm about to dive deep into why this keyboard is both a game changer and a frustration magnet, and whether the jaw-dropping $144 price tag is really worth it. Spoiler alert, it's not for everyone. So if you're a casual gamer or someone who hates fiddling with your gear endlessly, you're definitely going to want to hear this. Ready to uncover the truth about SteelSeries' flashy striker? Let's go. At first glance, the Apex Pro Mini Wireless dazzles. It offers OmniPoint 2.0 adjustable hypermagnetic switches, which means you can adjust actuation points from 0.1 all the way to 4.0. This is a massive deal for gamers because you can set quick, light touches for rapid-fire keys like WASD, or go deeper for macro keys to prevent accidental presses. Plus, the 2-in-1 action keys let you program 2 different functions on a single key: walk with a tap, sprint with a deep press. Sounds like sci-fi, right? This level of customization is supposed to be 20 times faster than traditional mechanical keyboards, coupled with superfast Quantum 2.0 dual wireless tech that switches between 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth 5.0 with supposedly zero lag. But here lies the twist. In real-world use, a lot of gamers report that the switching between wireless modes can be unreliable. One moment you're connected via low-latency 2.4 GHz, and the next, it's Bluetooth lag city, especially on less than stellar USB receivers or crowded wireless environments. If your competition depends on millisecond triggers, this can be a deal-breaker. I mean, the keyboard promises rapid trigger technology that eradicates latency from physical key movement, but sadly, it still struggles to eliminate wireless interruptions. And don't even get me started on how finicky the drivers and SteelSeries engine software can be. More on that later. You may be thinking, this keyboard is clearly engineered for pro gamers or tech enthusiasts who want the latest innovation, right? Well, yes and no. It absolutely has the chops for competitive gaming, but unless you're willing to fine-tune every millimeter of key press depth and navigate some quirks in software, casual users will likely find this keyboard overkill, complicated and even frustrating to set up. If you just want to plug in and game, the Apex Pro Mini Wireless might leave you scratching your head. Because it's compact, it misses out on dedicated function keys, a numpad, and even upside-down tilting options for comfort. If you're someone who's used to full-size ergonomic setups, transitioning to this 60% layout could feel like trying to drive a stick shift after years on an automatic. It's sleek, but demands adaptation. I tested the Apex Pro Mini Wireless over multiple game genres, FPS, MMO, and even some creative work like video editing to see how its customizable inputs worked across the board. Here's what I found. The magnetic Hall effect switches are incredible at the core. They detect key presses through magnetic fields instead of physical contact, meaning no traditional spring fatigue. That should mean longer durability, up to 100 million key presses per switch compared to typical mechanical keys rated for 50 million. That's definitely a plus if you're pounding keys like a woodpecker at HQ. You won't be replacing this keyboard frequently. The aluminum top plate feels premium, and the detachable USB-C cable adds convenience for charging or wired use. Speaking of battery, SteelSeries claims decent wireless endurance, but in my experience, battery life hovered between 20 to 24 hours under medium usage. That's good, but not best in class. If you're a marathon gamer, you'll want to keep a cable handy. And here's a joke for you. Why did the gamer bring a keyboard to the party? Because he wanted to press all the right buttons. Seriously though, wireless keyboards always walk the fine line between power and portability. Now, about the customization software. SteelSeries Engine 3. It allows granular control over key functions, illumination, which is gorgeous RGB, by the way, and actuation profiles. You can save different profiles for different games or tasks. However, the software is pretty resource-intensive and sometimes unstable on older systems. Also, setting up the two-in-one action keys, while a killer feature on paper, felt a tad convoluted and unintuitive for first-timers. You have to really commit time to master it. Think of it like setting up a spaceship control panel, not exactly plug and play, but highly rewarding if you invest the effort. I also noticed a few physical quirks. The compactness means no dedicated arrow keys, something many gamers and coders rely on. So you get those keys shared on standard keys using FN toggles, which slows down workflow. That could be a deal breaker if you rely on fast arrow navigation or shortcuts. And while the magnetic switches reduce noise compared to loud mechanical keyboards, the clicky feel is still there. Not ideal if you game late at night with roommates or in shared spaces. Here's another joke before we continue. What did the keyboard say to the typist? You're my type. Okay, I'm done with dad jokes for now, but seriously, the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini Wireless's sound profile is typical mechanical clicky. So keep that in mind if you need stealthy key presses. So who exactly should consider the Apex Pro Mini Wireless? If you're a speedrunner, esports pro, or tech enthusiast who loves tweaking your gear down to micromillimeters, and who craves a premium, lightweight keyboard with ultra-fast response and cool RGB lighting, this keyboard could elevate your gameplay and look stunning on your desk. Especially if you don't mind the smaller footprint and want to customize actuation depths for different keys, this keyboard's innovation will give you an edge. BUT Japanese symbol Japanese symbol Japanese symbol. If you're a casual gamer, new to mechanical keyboards, or someone who prefers simplicity and without fiddling in software, this might not be for you. Likewise, if you prefer a full-size keyboard with dedicated function and arrow keys, or if you're very sensitive to occasional wireless interference, you should probably look elsewhere. Here's a mini promise. By the end of this review, you'll know exactly if this keyboard deserves a spot in your gaming arsenal or if it's better left on the shelf collecting dust. Another rehook. Ready for a secret pro tip that SteelSeries doesn't shout about. Despite the wireless hiccups, if you switch permanently to wired mode via the detachable USB-C cable, latency becomes negligible, and the actuation customization truly shines. So if you don't mind tethering occasionally for peak performance, you unlock this keyboard's true beast mode. In terms of build quality, the Apex Pro Mini Wireless feels sturdy. The aluminum top plate adds a satisfying weight. You won't feel like you're typing on a flop gadget. Portability comes at a slight cost in layout though, and the keyboard is without any adjustable feet for tilt. It has a pretty aggressive flat profile. Thankfully, the keycaps have nice textured surfaces for grip, but keep in mind that finding replacement caps or accessories for this 60% form factor can be trickier than mainstream sizes. One can say it's exclusive, just like my joke about why keyboards are terrible at soccer, because they always lose their letters. Alright, I'm really done now. Now about lighting, the RGB is vibrant and fully customizable via the software. The lighting effects look stunning on this mini canvas with per-key illumination, so if you're into flashy setups, you'll appreciate that. The only minor gripe: when the battery gets low, the keyboard sometimes randomly dims lights unexpectedly, which is a tad distracting. No biggie, but worth noting. Here's another twist. While SteelSeries claims their Quantum 2.0 dual wireless tech is lag-free, in high Wi-Fi interference zones, I occasionally noticed input drops or mild delay, especially when switching from Bluetooth to 2.4 GHz mode on the fly. I tested it on multiple PCs and results varied. So your environment heavily influences wireless reliability. If you have a wired Ethernet-heavy network or a less cluttered wireless setup, you might never notice this issue, but it's definitely something to weigh. So to wrap this in a bow, the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini Wireless is a bold step in keyboard innovation with its magnetic switches, ultra-customizable actuation points, and dual wireless connectivity. It offers a premium typing experience for gamers who love fine-tuning every detail and want a compact, portable setup. But, and this is a big but, it has quirks that can frustrate beginners or those expecting plug-and-play perfection. Wireless connectivity can be flaky depending on your environment, software can be non-intuitive, and the 60% layout requires adaptation. If you value speed, customization, and quality build, and don't mind spending a little time mastering the software, then the Apex Pro Mini Wireless is a worthy investment, especially at around $144. The longevity of the Hall effect switches and the premium materials make it an investment in durability too. However, if you want something straightforward or if you're wired into full-size keyboards, perhaps look at alternatives. As a gamer, I found moments of pure joy dialing in perfect actuation points and seeing my key responses feel literally instantaneous. The tactile feedback is satisfying and the RGB looks incredible. The keyboard feels like it was built for those who want serious control and neat tech. If you want to see the best current price, click the Amazon link in the description below. Prices do change fast and deals pop up regularly, so don't miss out. Before I let you go, if you want a keyboard that's fast, precise, and loaded with customization options without breaking the bank, the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini Wireless is absolutely worth checking out. Just keep in mind the quirks and decide what matters most to you in your setup. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment about your own Apex Pro Mini Wireless experience, whether you love it or hate it. And if you want the best deal, the Amazon link is down below. Happy gaming!